All right, so I have to break these videos up, or otherwise they just go on forever. But I want you to look at the building, the stone castle that they built at turn of the century. You know, one of the ways you can start identifying when history is by trees that are planted. I mean, it takes a long time for trees to grow, and especially in higher elevations. So what I'm trying to point out to you guys is our history. You know, when they said, do your research and look at it, and I'm trying to give you guys an overall view of something that most people don't even see. But there's a reason why I'm showing you it, is to help you understand what they did to America. And it's very vital that you understand that, because if you don't come together on this and the world to see what has happened to America, knowing that they've done this to the rest of the world, it is time to put your differences down and to fucking get rid of these sick assholes that are destroying our earth. Ugh, Jesus. Anyway, all right, so let's reality check here about what it's like to actually, and these are well built. These are these are high quality housing at the beginning of Denver's history. How is that even possible? Let's do a reality check what it would have been like to actually move brick and stone and everything. Okay, in order to move it to the job site, you would have had to have something like this. And yeah, I mean, imagine how many trips of the day you're going to get done with this shit show. And especially the animals need to be fed and watered. And so, you know, they people, the industry for just basically, you know, saved them a lot of money by getting rid of horses and going to powered vehicles, because now they don't have to care for the animals like they used to. And think about that. Companies had to care for all this stuff. But reality check is this. This is what it looks like for these guys at the beginning of the century to pull out stone and quarry from Colorado and to move it through the Rockies. I mean, when I figured this out, I was just like, when people really start seeing this, they're gonna freak, because they're gonna realize, like, how much time have we really been here on this earth? Because it takes hours and hours to do this. This isn't a 5-minute job. In order to build the country with migrant workers from all over the fucking world that knew what to do together, and then not only that, let me give you an idea, a real reality check of what I am talking about. Okay, so let's do history here. This is where you guys need to really pay attention and understand this is all connected, and you have to realize what is being told to you. So more than 40 languages were spoken at the steel mill alone. Over 24 foreign language newspapers were printed in Pueblo. The city claimed Irish, Germany, Japanese, African American, Greeks, Hungarians, Lithuanians, Russians, and among the residents. I mean, honestly, the reason why people love America is because we're a mix of all the fucking world's population and races and cultures. And these guys have fucking stripped one of the most beautiful landmarks to humanity is America for what she produced. I'm not saying the rest of the world is not beautiful for what it is, but the America was the last kingdom. And unfortunately, Satan was in control, and you could see, and I'm going to show you how he used people lying, stealing, cheating America, and how they destroyed us. All right, so you have people coming in from all over the world, and they speak many languages. And not only that, they're going to build one of the state-of-the-art steel mills, basically at 1870. Okay, reality check on this. 1870 is when Colorado basically got the train. So you have to imagine how much building is going on between Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Trinidad, Walsenburg, Central City, Salida, all of it. I mean, all of it. Aspen, it's all. And then not only that, Colorado is so rich in mining. And what I mean by that, absolutely rich in the wealth that has been stolen from us. So let me give you an idea of the wealth that has been stolen from us. Okay, because Colorado was so rich in mining, and it had just a vast wealth of minerals. And when you look at history, okay, so this is in Pueblo, Colorado. This is Mineral Palace that they built. I mean, it's a beautiful building. But what I want to show you right here is in 1890, they had plumbing all the way out to Mineral Palace and electricity, because this was built in 1890, is what they're saying. And then I also want you to know that this is the weird thing about when I see these photographs of these buildings. It's like there is no weed growth at all around these buildings. It's like it's either they've excavated it or, you know, graded it and then you know, sprayed a bunch of weed killer. But every one of these photographs, when these new buildings are starting out, there's nothing around them. And that's the weird thing. Like, Why would you build a city and then build one building way out here, a huge one and a huge one? Is because if these guys planned this, I mean, these guys were well meticulous. I'm so impressed with our history of architect and design. It's absolutely just, when I figured it out, I had more love for this country than ever before. Okay, so this is another picture of it. This is when, man, I messed that up. Let me pull those back up. Sorry about that. Got trigger happy with the. Okay, well, we'll pull the inside of it just to show you guys the inside of the Mineral Palace, and you could see how beautiful this is. They have domes, beautiful domes, and all of this is hand carved. And I'm almost betting it's out of wood, because what would you carve any of this out of except for wood? I mean, they could have used probably plaster molds, but those don't look like plaster molds. And then in each one of these cases, from every county in Colorado held all the minerals that that county actually held. And you could see how vast and big this is. Wooden floors. This thing was 3 stories in height. I mean, imagine the money that it took. And then the other thing is like all these buildings, they let them get run down and torn down. So basically this building lasted for 50 years before they tore it down. And that's what they do now, is it's build and tear down. They don't want to pay maintenance workers to fix any of this stuff anymore. They just want to build it, use it, and tear it down because it costs too much. They don't care about us. They'd rather fucking sit on a yacht somewhere in the Caymans and fucking, they don't care that you're fucking scrounging with beans and weenies in your cupboard because you got nothing to fucking eat. And then the old people that eat dog food because they don't have enough fucking money. And yet here we are. And you want to bitch about blue and red. And I'm like, well, yeah, neither side has fucking fixed this. So maybe Trump is the key to this. Maybe he's not. But that's nobody in America is fucking stepping up and telling the truth. And I'm here. I'm telling you right now, this is where I'm at. I'm here to show and expose this fucking shit show for what it really is. And this is in Denver. This is the Mineral Palace that they built. 580. I'm telling you, there's something with these numbers, and I will eventually figure it out, but I have my theories on it. Beautiful brick. Extravagant. Yet we go back and there was nothing but economic problems. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You have to look at history and think about what they're telling you and what's being shown. Because this doesn't look like a poor country. This really doesn't. Absolutely not. It looks like they got boilers ready to go in to heat the place, because this must have been when they were actually doing construction. I mean, this is when they actually took care of somewhat their employees, had tents and everything. But, you know, I could tell you right now, something happened in America where we turned against each other, and they used hatred, race, disease, war, everything to divide us. And the worst of it all is they stole our wealth from us. And I'm telling you, when you look at these pictures and you can't see that, you just go follow Biden, please. I mean, Jesus, he's your daddy. Go get him. This is one that it's finished. I mean, absolutely stunning. And like I said, the weed thing really trips me out. Yeah, you got some weeds growing and it looks like it's been graded, but I mean, it's like the maintenance that these guys did on these buildings and took care of them. And then, see, that's the thing, guys. When they do the build and tear down, because they're not planning on it. These guys, they built for these buildings to last until they were worn out, and then they destroyed them and built new on top of it. But something happened where our country turned and it started just wasting. And this is an environmental impact. They destroyed all these buildings. So imagine how many landfills are filled with this shit that they've destroyed from our past. Beautiful, elegant buildings. And you go on the insides, they're more elegant than anything you've ever seen. I mean, seriously, we build mobile homes. Are you fucking serious? Most people live in a fucking mobile home trailer. And yet these guys were able to build this. Yeah. America, find the wealth, follow the pin.